I was going to give a shout out to Patty. You know, this is the time of year where it gets a little bit tight, and reimbursement and other activities again, yes, again, donors please. Thank you to Montana for giving us $4 donation, and Stella for grabbing some books that go with our new reading curriculum, the CPLA, and that was so this is pertaining to some emails that were going back and forth this last week about community concern. I truly appreciate the opportunity to share these thoughts. I'm speaking on behalf of residents in the Random Lake community who asked that this concern be brought forward. They would like to be clear that this is not about seeking personal use of the walking access. Rather, it is being raised in the spirit of fairness, transparency, and good governance. Residents are asking for clarification on what is included in the $30 annual fee, specifically what portion relates to safety, insurance, maintenance, or administrative oversight. Because this is a reoccurring annual fee, they feel it is reasonable to understand how the amount was determined and whether it reflects actual ongoing cost. Some of you may not be aware that the Wisconsin statute 66.0628 provides guidance on how public fees are set. In simple terms, it states that when a local government entity such as a school district charges a fee, that fee should be reasonably related to the actual cost of providing the service and should not exceed those costs. Residents are asking that the same cost-based and transparent approach be applied not only to this fee, but to other existing fees and to any future fees that may be considered. This is not a request to eliminate the fee, only to ensure it is reasonable, justified, and clearly tied to its stated purpose. Thank you very much for your time and for your continued service to the Random Lake community. Respectfully submitted. So we thank Becky, and I will have a response, and we'll have a response for her later on this week.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And I'll make sure to share it with all of you so you guys know what the response is.
Excellent. Building reports. We didn't have any committee reports tonight, so we don't have that. So we'll go to building.
Susan's taking the reins today. Becky couldn't be here. So.
Could not be here, so solo. All right, so under strong classroom, starting out with small group advantage time information. So as we have finished our winter diagnostics and we do that K-8, then Becky and I work with the different teachers, grade levels, and we then start to take a look at what students would need reteaching or other supports. And so we have just finished doing those, and so we have new small groups that are going to be receiving different intervention supports starting now with the second semester. So those are underway. Yep. High school 2026-27, can you believe it? Course selection process is underway. So we just finished department presentations over the last 3 RAM waves. So all of the departments went through all of their courses, and we talked about pathways to the students. So really trying to help guide students with thinking about what is your post-high school thought process and the courses that you want to take for those different career pathways. And so now the window will be opening up January 26th to February 13th, where students will be selecting their courses for next year. Under strong culture, celebrating the Winter Olympics next month with school-wide activities. So the elementary is all the different grade levels are focused on the different Olympic games, and so they'll be working with each other, having a lot of fun around that theme. Battle of the Books. Oh, you can also watch the progress on our board as you go out there. It's by the military board. So thank you to Cindy, Barbara, and Debbie Poole. They put that up so that way that can be part of the fun with tracking the Olympics. Battle of the Books is underway, so we have different teams, 3rd grade through 8th grade, that are battling it out with reading the different books and engaging in those discussions. So the kids are having a lot of fun with that. The middle school student mentoring program is beginning the 2nd semester. We have student leaders in the middle school that will now be peer mentors to elementary students. So they're starting that up, and they'll go work each week all through 2nd semester. And then our high school student peer tutors have been a huge success. The kids that they're working with, we've already seen not only their test scores improve, but their grades improve. So now we're seeing great success with that. And the high school kids, too, have been talking about how much they appreciate doing that. So I have a couple more that are reaching out saying that they're willing to tutor as well. So we're looking forward to continuing that. Strong community connections. So thank you to parent chaperones for all of the elementary school structured adventures. I couldn't have done it without them. So they're very appreciative of all the parents that have stepped in and helped out with that. 4K Child and Parent Night is coming up February 24th. So we're inviting all parents that will have potential 4K for next school year to come on out and receive information about the program and about the district. Student acknowledgements, middle school spelling bee winners. So we have first place was Ian, an 8th grader. Second place, Wyatt, a 6th grader, and third place, Jackson, an 8th grader. And it was a nail biter, went many rounds to decide those final winner, but there they are. And we wish Ian all the best as he proceeds to the next level of the spelling bee competition.
What's that, this county or state?
County, yep.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. And as I said earlier, I jumped the gun, I guess, board committee, we didn't have any. And the item number 8, the WEA Member Benefits Foundation grant. Steve called and said he wasn't going to be able to make it. He just, he was on his way, but he wasn't going to be able to get here in a reasonable amount of time. So we're going to push that off for another month. So that takes us to the Washington, D.C. trip for middle school students. And do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, this was the trip that Lori Ritchie, when she was a teacher here, she would take the middle school students on every other year. So now Kathy Hughes has stepped in to continue that tradition. So this is our first go since Mrs. Ritchie is retired.
And how many students we have signed up for right now? Do you remember? Am I putting you on a spot now with that?
Yeah, in the letter it says
Yeah, 16. Yeah,
Nice. That's a good for
yeah, it's a nice number.
bringing it back up.
Yeah.
Is that a new name for the company that has always run it, or is that a different tour company? Like, I think it used to be like, what was it called, World Strides or something?
Yeah, it's a different company that we're going with.
Okay.
A lot of those companies didn't make it through COVID.
Yeah,
There's a lot of different ones through that.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Chris, is there a second?
I'll second.
Was that Beth? Okay. Any questions or discussion?
So I just have one quick thing, like, so this is what we talked about this in October a little bit about like making sure that requests came in time to be a real request. Like, I mean, there must be fundraising and stuff already. So like, maybe just a reminder that as soon as they start planning a trip, they should do this.
I think this was the last of the trickle in from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is still pretty far ahead.
Pretty far. It's way,
Yeah.
it's way better than like October to November kind of thing. But it's
Or
like if
next
they're,
week.
you know, kids are planning on it, right? And already intending to go and paying for it. So
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Open enrollment spaces for 2026-27.
Perfect. Everyone should have one of our special education enrollment, our totals and our projections for next year. As you can see up there, as we look at the numbers and we look at the staff we have, we're projecting that there will be 0 open spaces available for students that have IEPs that don't live in our attendance area for next year. We will, of course, always service any of the students that are living in our attendance area. This is just for students that live outside that. And it's, you know, with the world we're in right now, this is pretty common. And our staffing, we're trying to keep as tight as possible. So yeah, we're doing similar to what other districts are doing around us.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion, Beth.
Beth and Katie? All right. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have anything you want to talk about on the audit for 24-25?
Anybody have any questions?
How many people read it from cover to cover?
Oh, yeah. Right. The night I got home with it.
Right.
Couldn't sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
So there were 2 major findings, right, that they.
They've always find that.
Right, yeah, always get
Education,
those.
It's always those two.
Could you explain, the last one was their preparation of the report. Could you talk about the Division of Labor comment, just to make sure we understand what the issue was?
There's 3 of us right now, so there's me and Kim and Holly. So what we try to do and to make, and with their support, is sign offs on everything. Like Michael signed all the statements after I balance them. And everything else, I sign off on payroll, because Holly does payroll. So we're trying to do a checks and balances that, and it's enough that they're happy with us. But they still like to mark it as a finding because we're small. And the audit thing is, like, bigger districts probably do their own audit, but we just don't have the manpower to do that, so. We get every year. It's supposed to.
In the summary, they didn't really go into the detail that you just did, so
Yeah.
it makes sense. So thanks.
Any other questions or discussion on the audit? All right, great. Then that takes us to informational items. Mike?
Perfect. Well, first of all, school board elections, we have 2 open spots and we have 2 people running. So, what's that?
Who's running?
So we have Beth that will be running for reelection, and the other person is
Ross.
What was that?
Ross.
Ross.
Sorry. I wanted to say Rocky.
yeah.
Ross. I couldn't say that.
Who's a parent, and every morning she has 4 little children in the community, so she'll be a great add, especially from the elementary perspective. So,
And she taught for 10 years.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
that'll be a good.
Great.
So any influence that we had to get people here, we appreciate. So we didn't have an open spot after election. So thank you. Next, Brian and I went to the education convention. Brian, anything you want to talk about last week? All the fun we had.
Convention stays at the convention.
Yeah.
Got to, rub elbows and meet with some folks that have done some services and will be doing some services. We met with Burke and, talked to some of the suppliers. I thought it was pretty productive. And
I got a great picture of Brian on the new, I don't even know what it was, like teeter-totter thing that was coming there.
Are we really getting that?
I'm not going to share it. It's in my vault. I'm not sharing it with anyone. But he was a good sport, playing with some of the new Burke equipment that is going to be installed here this summer. So the new playground and the new turf with the youth soccer fields, all that has been signed, and now we're just talking about when installation, all that other stuff. So it's kind of fun to fast forward some of those things that are still happening, and after a referendum like this, it's not surprising that we ran into a lot of vendors and a lot of people that we've been working with over the last 5 years.
So you said turf on the soccer field? What is
So that's for the front.
that? Okay.
So the playground is going to be, it'll be playground and then synthetic turf that'll have is it U8 and U10 soccer field up in the front. So hopefully that should help our little ones with having a place to play. We've already worked with the soccer club. They said that they're going to look at helping get goals up there for it. So kind of a nice collaboration on that. So it'll probably be shut down most of the summer. We have to talk about what it's going to look like for summer school, but it's exciting. That'll be kind of I think for us, it's kind of that cherry on top of a beautiful Sunday already. Now we're going to have a fantastic playground. So stay tuned with that. And then lastly, we are always talking about strong classrooms, strong culture, strong community connections. We're always trying to find ways, how do we make us the best place to work and the best place to learn. We're very fortunate with our new fitness center and Jake Frias with his previous work at the Sports Corps. Right around this time when everybody has their New Year's resolutions, we do a staff wellness challenge where staff pay $50, and if they make all their workouts and they do all this, they can double their money with a gift card. We work with our local Aero Fitness, and she comes in and does some lessons. We do some things here, and just kind of finding ways to work within our community to get our staff healthy. So I think I believe there's somewhere around 20 people signed up this year. So go for it, and we're always excited to see the teamwork and camaraderie that comes when you have a group like that working together. And it's been great because there's staff members that find new roles in leadership because this is a place they're really jazzed up about, and they come in and get their other colleagues together. So just kind of a fun thing we've been doing. This is our 3rd year, and it's just been a really nice add during this time when it's nasty outside and we don't want to be outside where it's cold anyway. So we can use our great facilities we have here.
Thanks. Okay, that takes us to closed session. The board will go into closed session as permitted under Wisconsin State Statutes, Chapter 19, Section 1985 1C, to discuss administrative performance reviews as it pertains to the 360-degree survey, and may remain in closed session to discuss a personnel matter. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Katie and Rini? This requires a roll call
Thanks for
vote.
coming, guys.
Brian?
Yes.
Katie?
Aye.
I vote yes. Amy?
Yes.
Chris? Beth? Rini? Okay, we are in closed session. We won't be taking any action. But thank you very much for coming out tonight.